Good morning. What an increíble addition, an incredible addition to the Steps on Our Journey. This past week, of course, we picked up Terry Jones at the airport Saturday a week ago, and we had some difficulties starting out the week with air conditioning. We had problems with our house here and the electric company's work coming in. So we left early, went to Playa del Carmen, spent the night, and then picked up Terry Saturday, brought him back. Sunday morning, one of the men of the church kind of fixed temporarily the electricity, so we've had electricity through the week. The electric company still hasn't been back all week long, but we've had electricity and air conditioning. So we didn't have to spend but one night in the hotel local here at with Terry. So we came back. We preached on Sunday. We saw 7 saved on the first Sunday of the meetings that we had. Our purpose for the week has been to promote the Institute and to see what we can do to get some students here that we can train to be able to become pastors in the churches, and all of that takes a process. I mean, that doesn't happen overnight. So the purpose was to get exposure, and we did that. We were in 9 churches, preached 10 or 11 different times, 2 messages a night. We have one more night to go. That's tonight. It would have been Tuesday. We'll get to that in a moment. But we had to postpone that meeting until tonight. So Terry's going to be flying out tomorrow. So we drive to Cancun. I have logged over almost 60 hours in driving this week. On Monday to our first church, we got as far as Senor, and the transmission started acting up on my car. The rest of the night we rode to and from, and that was an hour and something to, and 2.5 hours back. We drove in second gear. So my other automobile was here. On Tuesday morning, we ate breakfast here. Pastor Petch came over, and Terry, and we were talking, and of course there's no place in Felipe Carrillo Puerto to rent a car. The closest place would have been probably Playa del Carmen. I was told that it would probably take 2 months to fix my car. Renting a car for 2 months down here is just not something that's possible to be done, the money-wise. So it didn't seem like a good use of funds to do that. Although I wanted to wait until we got to Cuernavaca to buy a 15-passenger van. That didn't work either. Apparently the Lord did not want me to have a 15-passenger van. Pastor Petch found one for sale in Merida, which is 3 hours north from where we are. And so we left Tuesday morning, headed for Merida to buy this van. It was an excellent opportunity. The buy was great. Problem was it was all a scam. When we got there was no place. The man wanted us to send him our money, and he would get us the van. Well, of course, that isn't going to happen. So we spent the day looking for a van, trying to find a 15-passenger. Couldn't find any. So behind me is this vehicle, a 2016, and it's a Toyota. And it is a pleasure to drive. It is 7 passengers. We've already had 9 in it, but the purpose is, apparently the Lord didn't want a 15-passenger van, so now we have 2 7-passenger vans. I'm going to take this one up to Merida, which is the closest place, 3 hours away, to get the transmission put in it, and hopefully they can do that. And then we'll have that vehicle back as well. So the Lord has ways of planning and moving and working, but I had to have a vehicle for the week. We couldn't even get around to the meetings that were planned. So we canceled the meeting on Tuesday night, moved it to tonight, and each night we've been getting back somewhere between 10:30 to 11:30, one night 12. and we've just been busy. In the midst of the week on Wednesday, my wife and Terry got some kind of a bug in their stomach, possibly from eating some things at the meeting, and they both were sick for about 3 days. Terry's still not doing well. He's preached each day, each night, but some nights it was just everything he could do to get there, get back into the car, and get home. And so please pray for him as we carry him out tomorrow. I haven't heard yet this morning how he's doing, but I wanted to let you know the things that God's doing. Yesterday we saw 4 more saved, so that's 11 saved in the week. And like I say, our purpose was not salvation, but God honors His word, made sure we gave the gospel at each church and the message. And so we're hoping that this exposure will bring in students to the Institute, and we can see then folks get trained to go out and do the work of the ministry, which of course, like I say, is a very big part of what's here. So thank you for your prayers, your faithfulness. We don't have money left now. I spent everything that I had on this vehicle from the sale of the house. And so we trust the Lord is working and doing, and we know He is. So we thank you for all your help, all your support, all the things you do. And amazing. Let me just, one more thing. The very next morning when we found out that the transmission had gone out of my other vehicle, an individual, one of our supporters, unknowing of what was going on, sent $1,000 into our fund, and extra above and beyond any support, just sent it in. And it was such a blessing because it'll be able to be used to repair the other vehicle. And so God's ahead of schedule. God knows what's happening, what's going to happen, and He's able to work and do. It's such a pleasure being able to serve Him. So thank you for your prayers, for your support, for all you do. And we'll just look forward together to see what God will do in the coming weeks on our journey together.